We're going
Too much boob.
live. We're
No,
live.
too much above our
Is
heads.
it blurry? Laura, are you good?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. I think we're live.
I think, yeah, it says we're live.
Someone's
Oh,
10
hello,
minutes
Bird.
from Stars Hollow.
Oh,
Yay.
lucky dog.
Oh, nice.
Kim.
Welcome, everyone.
Okay, let me
So,
go. All my
hey,
glasses
fix
on.
your glasses.
Which ones?
Hi. Hi, we're the Knitting Posse. I'm Kate.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Laura.
And this is a knitting podcast. We have a lot to go through today. We don't have a lot of knitting, not much, right?
Well, it's only 2 weeks since we last
It is only 2
podcast,
weeks. Just-
which is short for us.
Yes.
Yeah, we're usually
about every month.
monthers.
Yeah. But we do have a lot to talk about. So we went to VKL, New York. It was really fun. In case you don't know, VKL is Vogue Knitting Live. And it was held at the Marriott Marquis in New York City. It was 2 weekends ago. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the last time we podcast actually was from my house, and we podcast there because Spike was sick and we had to say goodbye to Spike the next day. So I wasn't going to go to VKL, but my husband's like, no, you should go. You guys have plans.
I would have dragged your ass out.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to leave Rich home alone. So actually my boys had come home and they took Rich back to Boston with them. And so I went to VKL.
Which was a good distraction, I think.
It was a
I
good
think
distraction.
so.
It was.
She was
just to
surrounded
be
by
out of the
people.
house.
Yeah.
And Kevin and Ray were with us all weekend, and they had been through this obviously in October, right before Rhinebeck, and so they were great. And so so the past 2 weeks have been kind of sucky for me, but it's getting better. But it was just I'm not getting another dog. I'm just not.
It's the worst part about
It's
the worst part about having a pet is, relatively speaking, how little time you have with them.
Yeah.
And it's
It
the
really
little things. It's the not hearing that noise in the house.
I got home that next weekend. It's like I make breakfast and I have like almond butter on a slice of toast, and he would come over and lick the almond butter stick, and like he wasn't there.
I'll
I'm
come
like,
over
it was
and
like-
lick your arm. It's
All right,
not the
so-
same.
Okay.
Anyway,
moving on.
okay,
We don't
so
want you to
yes,
get too emotional.
So anyway, so that happened right before VKL, so that was horrible. But we rallied, and I drove into the city. Kevin and Ray came to my house. And
Did you hear their podcast?
I did hear their podcast. Apparently, I'm not a normal person because I made the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches that
Let's
they
just
ordered.
have a little poll here. Raise
Yes,
your hand
yes.
if you would have ordered them and bought them. So yeah.
2 out of 3 dentists say.
Order your BLTs.
Yes. But anyway, so I made the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. We ate them in the car on the way.
Delicious.
They were really good. And we drove into the city. We got to the city, and I pull into the parking garage, and I give the guy the keys, and we start walking away. Ray's like, "You're just leaving the car here?" I was like, that's how a parking garage works, right? He's like, it was like he'd never been out before.
Well, they said they hardly go to the city.
I know.
Yeah.
I definitely had moments, and I am not a city slicker by any means, but I think we all live a lot closer.
Yeah.
We all go into the city a lot more, and I felt like I was with 2 country bumpkins. Like
They were so cute. They were walking down the street looking up at the big
like,
buildings.
It was
and-
like the big city.
It's like
you know.
Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We had to remind them right before we walked into Times Square, like, don't talk to the characters. Do not engage with them. I don't care if it's a
Do not
Marvel
look at Elmo.
guy.
I
don't-
Kevin
yeah.
said I think his sister called to tell him the
Yes.
same thing.
Yeah. I think sister.
They're very
one of the
aggressive.
sister-in-laws.
Oh,
Yes.
sister-in-law,
Yeah.
yeah.
Texted them to tell them, but yes. So anyway,
Oh,
that
God,
was
this
it was
two
really
made me
fun.
smile.
So and that like they obviously knew about Spike, and so they said, what can we do for you? We know there's nothing we can say, but I said, well, your job is just to keep me smiling all weekend, and
I would
they
say
really
they were.
did.
Yeah, I was
They
gonna say.
really did.
They went
yeah,
above
they
and
were.
beyond.
They
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Kevin and Ray,
Oh.
love you guys.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fun.
So Vogue knitting. I obviously was not at my best, and I'm usually the one that keeps the notes about who we see. So that's why Kevin and Ray couldn't thank anyone, because they didn't know who we saw, because I didn't keep their notes for them.
Oh, I didn't realize you usually kept their notes, or you.
Well,
we're
we're usually with them, and so they're like, "Hey, who was that person in the green sweater with?" So yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I took notes.
So anyway, so
I
Laura
could've
took
shared.
notes. So
Yeah.
Laura's gonna give.
Okay,
people
so
a shout
again,
out.
this was my first time taking notes, because it really does. Kate's our administrative wonder. And so if
Whether you want to be or not.
I know, it just naturally falls to Kate. So I'm going to go through what I captured, but admitting that it's very, very likely and possible that I missed some people. We had a great time. For me, especially this one, it wasn't even so much about the yarn and the booths. It's just seeing the people, and it's so fun, and I just really loved it. So I'm going to tell you. So we went both Saturday and Sunday. Didn't see as many people, or if we saw some of the same people. But on Saturday we saw Diana M, who works at Duke. Remember her?
Yeah.
We talked with Saleh. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She had a beautiful striped leftovers sweater that I was obsessed with, and just. I forget what the pattern was, but she just used all the leftover yarn. We saw Maria, who used to live in Madison, but now lives in Pennsylvania. We saw Gail from Monroe, who asked us to give her the Carol Burnett thing and tug on her ear. She's so cute. We saw Diane from New Jersey, who very proudly told me specifically that she used mohair in her Italian cast off at the bottom of her sweater.
She was a big girl.
Yes, she was. And it was funny. We saw Marianne from Philly.
Gail's watching. She's like,
oh, good. Oh, good. Hi, Gail. We saw Cassandra and Trista. We've seen them a lot. That one lives in Massachusetts, one lives in Connecticut. I forget who.
We bumped into them all weekend.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
around and they were there.
Yeah, really fun. I mean, I feel like we're really getting to know some of these people. You know, it's awesome.
Honest to God, I feel the same way. I'm like, oh, there's so and so.
Yeah, I know. It's really fun. We saw Beth from St. Louis, who had the sand vest that she created that pattern herself. It was from she took a class with somebody on it was like short rows, and I think it was like a shawl or something.
Sand art.
It looked like sand art. Yes. Layers in it.
But she had taken a class, and I believe it was for a shawl, and she decided to make a vest out of it, and it was beautiful. Unbelievable. And I don't think she's been knitting that long either, so it was very impressive. We saw Lisa in the beautiful Paul Clay sweater. It's one of my all-time favorites. Every time I look at it, I get so scared as to how to pick that many colors in the orders. So I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet, but that's definitely on my wish list. We saw Lisa, and she was wearing a weekender that we admired, and she had hand spun her own yarn, and it was beautiful. We saw these guys are awesome. Mary Beth, Martha, and Dorothy, who live in Maryland and Massachusetts, another group that we've seen them at Rhinebeck. I can't remember. I think we saw them at New England Fiber Festival too. Anyway, we keep running into them. They're lovely. And then the only one that I noted was Meg from New York City, who said, oh, by the way, I love your tips and tricks. So stay tuned, Meg, because we've got some more at the end. And then the only other note that I wrote for Sunday, and I will admit that there might have been a lot of alcohol consumed Saturday night, so I was mildly hungover. I know, me.
It was all your fault, though.
Yeah, it was.
It was Rich's fault.
I don't know. Yes. Okay. We ate at a restaurant that Kate and her family go. So I was a little mildly hungover. But the only person that I wrote down was Meg from New York City, and then we talked to that amazing Tashi podcaster. Oh my
Stitches
God,
and Starlight.
she was such a bundle of happiness. I was so happy to talk to her.
What's nice about she's someone we can see.
Yeah, because where is she
she's
from?
in New York.
New York City or New York?
I think she's New York.
Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
I think. I don't know.
She was just a bundle of sunshine, and I think she even had on like a really bright sweater, maybe, or maybe that was the day before.
She had a hat on. She always wears.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, she was really fun.
Was she wearing her ranunculus?
No.
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't
know. It's all Sunday's a little bit of a blur for me.
Yes.
Yeah,
it was good. Paola is on from mYak, and she said they're putting kits together for the Paul Klee sweater.
Enabler.
Yeah. So the other thing that we did, and I don't know if you guys saw it ahead of time, but we actually spent about an hour in the mYak booth, and I really loved that.
I did too.
I had so much fun talking
I'm
to
gonna
people.
say, like, at first I'm like, what are we gonna do? Before you know it, I could have sold so many sweaters, and
it was
I knew
really
more
fun.
about the, like
Just
talking to
fun
people
helping,
and
people pick out colors. And
it
things.
was so fun.
Yeah,
So
I did.
fun.
I really enjoyed it.
And they've got a great crew.
Oh my God,
Yes.
yeah.
And
And
we
I
finally got to meet Andrea,
who I mistakenly thought was her real husband, not her work husband. I don't know why. I just never put it together. I just knew that they worked together, and I kind of assumed that they were a couple. So sorry, Paola, again.
Or maybe sorry to
he's
him.
lovely.
No, he's lovely, and I don't think
yeah.
I think he definitely deals with like the other end of it, more the
I have
Italian.
no idea.
And Paola is definitely the United States force behind mYak, and so I think for him it's probably cool.
Paola's in Italy a lot. He, I think, actually still goes to Tibet. I don't know that Paola gets to Tibet that often, but I know he had to. At one point, he was like in quarantine for like a long time before they would actually let him go to Tibet. Like holed up in a hotel room.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
But
because
he was
Italy
really
got hit
nice.
Badly at the beginning.
It wasn't
especially-
Italy. He
in
was
Tibet.
waiting to go into Tibet.
But I mean, I wonder if because he was coming,
Oh,
who
maybe.
knows if he was
Maybe.
coming from
Yes.
Italy that they,
Yeah.
I don't know, who knows.
Such an interesting job.
Yes.
You know?
Really
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Really
There's
cool.
so many jobs. I'm just like, a little sidekick here for a second. I didn't even know it existed when I was in college, you
Oh
know,
my
and
gosh,
I wish
yeah.
I could have gone, looking back, I wish I could go back into like textiles and fibers and
Yeah.
knitting or design. Like, I always thought it was
Yeah.
like, you're going to be a nurse, you're going to be a teacher, you're going to be,
Yeah.
So,
Same.
gosh.
Same. So Laura mentioned on Saturday night, let's see. Oh, Paola is on. He quarantined in China for 1 month before being allowed to in Tibet. I thought I remembered that. Like
twice.
Yes, in a hotel room, like literally.
Oh,
like,
God, that is not fun.
Yeah, that's a lot. I don't even know that he knits. Does he knit, Paola?
What did he do? Read?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, oh my
Probably
God.
watched our podcast.
Yeah, probably.
He caught up on old episodes.
Speaking
That would
of-
last like a day, and then like, what else do you do for?
Our
I know what you're
lives.
gonna say.
I know.
So yeah, and Kevin already mentioned
I
it,
saw
but,
that. That was good.
So on our channel now, we've been doing lives for like the past year, and they don't show up under like videos or episodes. I don't know what that first tab is. They show up under the next tab over
This is
under lives.
Yeah. Which is kind
So
of a bummer.
if you can't find them,
Because
that's where
somebody
they
said
are.
on one of our responses, like, "Oh, I'm sorry that you ended." I'm like, "We're not done.
we're not. We're here. So yeah.
Anyway, she says
anyway.
he meditates. That's
Oh,
what he
okay.
does.
For a month?
That's a lot of meditation.
He was
Maybe that's why he was so calm.
I know, really.
Yeah.
God, I could use that.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
so Saturday night, I had made reservations at a restaurant that my family has been going to for years, and Rich, my husband's family, for longer. And so they rolled out the red carpet for us. It's called Isle of Capri. It's in New York. It's on 63rd and 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
It's Italian.
So good.
And was really yummy. So we had a fabulous dinner. It was Kim and Laura, our friend Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Hey, Sue. I think she's
on,
watching.
yeah.
And Sue is a good friend of Kim's and
ours now.
And
Yeah,
ours.
I
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
I like her too.
I was texting with her actually the whole week
What, you stole my
afterwards.
friend?
I did.
You stole my friend?
No, you're sharing your friend.
I am.
But
It's a compliment.
she was great in bringing the snacks for us. We need snacks, and I
that's
usually
usually
bring the
Kate
snacks,
and-
and
yeah.
I had no snacks, and I needed snacks, and Ray gets a little hangry too. Let's just call a spade. Ray and I need to eat constantly. So
You can have some granola.
Sue was great in bringing the snacks, and so thank you, Sue.
Sue actually took a bunch of classes too.
She
I went
did
in,
take
I went in
classes,
Friday
yes.
with her, and I met Sue there. And this is a funny story. We went out to dinner with another girlfriend Friday night that we know, who is not a knitter, And Sue was trying to explain to her what a knitting podcast is and why, it's fun to go. People come up and say hi. And Nancy, who the non-knitter, was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And
it's hard to explain to people.
It is hard.
And we're walking down like 47th Street or something. And these three women are like, Kim! Nancy! And Nancy's like, what just happened? Like, and Sue's like, that's what I'm talking about.
So the reservations that we had at Isla Capri were for 7 o'clock, and they called me, and I didn't pick up my phone. So they called Rich to change the reservations to 7:30 because they wanted to make sure the table in the room was ready for us. So when Rich was trying to explain to them like who I was there with, they thought I was coming with him and like with family.
Yeah.
He's like, no, she's there. She's at a knitting convention. And they're like, knitting? He's like, yeah, like knitting with like sticks and yarn. Knitting. They're like knitting. So yeah, people don't get it.
Yeah, I don't need them to.
But anyway, we had the best dinner. So it was Laura, Kim, myself, and Sue. Our friend Beth McDonald Stone from Bermuda, and she brought along her friend Prissy, who travels with her sometimes to these yarn events. And we saw Kevin and Ray, of course, were with us, and then Max and Tanya from Montreal.
I just adore those.
Oh my
two.
gosh, they're the best. They're the
That
best.
night was everything.
It was.
We had our own
it
private
was-
room, so we really. I felt like I was sitting in someone's house at their dining room table, and we just ate and drank and talked and laughed, and it was so much fun.
It was just the best, like the best.
It was everything.
Night. Yeah, it was exactly
fabulous.
what I needed,
Yeah.
and it was perfect. It was perfect. So we had a really good time. It was nice to get to know them a little bit better. And Kevin and Ray mentioned that on their podcast too, that we kind of found out more about them and about Max and about Tanya, and we're looking forward to meeting Vincent soon. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a really, really fun night.
Yeah. So then we went back on Sundays. And it just overall, I think the show is a lot smaller this year than it's been in past years.
Very noticeable for me.
Yeah. Our friend
Less vendors.
Our friend Dinah wasn't there from the knitting place. We did run into Pam and her daughter. It was fun to meet
I miss
her daughter.
Their booth and
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, their booth, they were always so packed in their booth, and they had a great location, the knitting place, and it was sad not to have them there.
Yeah.
But I also think it was probably a good decision not to. I hope it was successful for the other vendors because there were less people there than I've ever seen before.
Less vendors and less attendees.
Yes,
for sure.
So I hope
people,
it was worth it.
Although I got to say that I have a couple of my students in my knitting classes that went, and they went on Sunday, and they said still, they were like, oh, it was busy. I was like, oh, it wasn't.
Yeah, that
was busy. Yeah.
Not
So
the way it
was
has
much
been.
more
from
my
their
style.
perspective that they've never been before,
That's true.
they thought it was busy.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a great weekend. Should we talk about our acquisitions now?
Yeah,
we're
sure.
still talking about both.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll go first
so go
because
ahead,
mine
Laura.
is incredibly brief. Do you have a picture of what we're making?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course I do.
So on Sunday, this is the only thing I bought, and it was, I think these skeins were each $9. I spent $18 at VKL. This is Kelbourne Woolens Camper, and they had great samples in their booth. And
Love a good sample.
yeah, and there were these mitts where so Kate, Ray,
Well, Kevin and Ray bought it
They both
first,
did.
and then
Okay.
we couldn't not buy it.
So it's show them the mitts. They're these beautiful
it's
they're called Moreau Lake mittens,
got it.
and
And
it's
I
by
thought
Kate
that was that's
Kate
not
Gagnon Osborne. I don't know how to pronounce
that's not brioche, right? It's
No.
just
It's just
stranded.
color work, stranded,
So,
and I just did the navy and like a very pale peachy pink.
Where
and,
was I when this was all
mine
going?
is-
I think
you were at
you'd gone to
brunch on
brunch.
I was already
Sunday.
brunch.
Yeah.
Mine is driftwood heather and navy heather, and the
Yeah,
navy
love
actually
that.
has like some
Greenish.
purpley. No, it's like
Yeah,
purpley
so it pulls
bluey
out
in
that-
it. Yeah. And it's really nice. So actually, I am going to be twinning with Kevin.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
I
got the
think
same
Ray
colors.
got like
He did a
gray
or
maybe a
greeny gray
greenish.
and
Yeah,
gray.
and this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you tried them on, they were just so
I
soft
saw
and
them. They were beautiful.
really
And I
gorgeous.
knew you didn't want to be left
That's
out, so I got you skeins for your birthday, but it hasn't arrived yet.
Yay!
So we're gonna do a
This
mini
is going to be
here.
my
A
next
mini-
cast
Did I
on
get
now
any
when I
make
come.
them
colorway?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember
You're
what
right,
you
the
got.
blue is really
Isn't that
pretty.
cool?
Yeah.
I think I got like a green in this or
Good,
something.
because
but
I heard
you can
Kevin and Ryan,
choose.
they're like, we're all gonna do it together. I'm like,
I wasn't there.
I got that for you.
Thank you.
But that's
So
the
that's-
only,
yes.
that's the only thing I bought. I was just personally, I don't know why. I don't know if it's my state of mind, but I was very uninspired. There was one other sweater that I obsessed over that was in the
Yes.
Kashgora, which I still haven't made up my
Mm.
mind because the yarn, while it's gorgeous, the yarn would be very expensive for that sweater. And I'm just not sure that I'm going to spend that kind
It's
of money.
worth it.
I know it's beautiful,
Just
but it would have been like $250 for the yarn for the sweater. It's a
Oh.
lot.
It is a lot, but
But like you
somebody
could-
asked us about was it last podcast, the podcast before about non-pilling wool?
Well, we talked about it.
And we
last
did talk
podcast,
about it
yeah.
last podcast, but that
By
is
the way, that Kelbourne Woolens is one of the non-pilling.
Oh, is it?
wools. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
the Kashgora that Laura's talking about is also one of the non-pilling wools.
Here,
and
I have one here.
Oh, you do have it.
In
Is
fact,
that pine?
that's the
This is pine. This is the color, Laura. Right?
there was a
Yes,
sweater
yes.
in that, and
So,
I
I wore this sweater, which is the same color. This is the old school. It's hard to see that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
it's the
but
same
yes,
color as
sweater.
the
Yeah.
skein.
This is my one of my purchases.
Yeah, but you got
from
one
that.
skein. I think
did
I
one
needed.
skein,
I think I
yeah.
needed
You're making a
5.
hat, right?
I'm just gonna do a hat with it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Kate has. I mean, you've used this
I've
yarn a
used it
couple
a few
times, and you
yes.
always
And
just
it's
rave how
so, yeah.
so
Yeah.
soft.
I need
But
to
the
do something
story
smaller.
is cool
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I
you
like
can
the
see
story.
Look at that. Oh, that
yeah.
just showed up beautifully.
Oh.
The variegation in the colors in that.
Ooh.
And that's the color that I
Yes.
absolutely love. But I
Yes,
just
me
can't do a whole
too.
sweater. I think it's too much.
And just show them the story. Like they show
So
you like
this
who
is
actually spins
spun
your
it, yeah.
yarn.
I
Mhm.
think dyed
Their
it and
story.
spun it.
Yes.
And it is a sport weight.
Mhm.
They have different
We should
weights.
say we got it at Port Fiber.
Yeah.
Yes.
Casey's booth at
Yeah.
Port Fiber.
Mhm.
And
Cool.
yeah, she's cool. And the small world thing is she knows
Yeah.
Sue,
Yes.
my friend from Duxbury. They went on Squam together. They met at Squam.
They were
roommates.
roommates.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it's
wild.
wild.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
wild.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I look for. I'm gonna. Sarah Solomon has a couple patterns out there with using the Kashgora, and that's what I'm gonna make
Yeah.
a hat with.
I need to
Okay.
find a smaller project because I want to use it, but I
Yeah.
just buying 5 skeins of that. I think it's $50,
Plus, with
$49 a
what
skein.
what you have
Yeah.
coming up,
Yeah.
you might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right.
Um,
Other acquisitions?
yeah, one
Look
more
at you.
I
Wound it
had.
up.
Yeah, because I'm gonna take it on a trip.
Oh, okay.
So I am making the A.N.T, which spells
Okay.
ant. I have it right here.
You got it.
It is Amy DeBon's pattern. It stands for a new take. And let's see. Hello, how's this work? I
yeah.
did, and then my big finger probably hit.
There you go.
There it is. There's Paola.
There's
with
Paola
that
in that beautiful hat.
cute hat. So it's similar to the Musselburgh, that it's made, you could fold it in on each other. And I'm copying their beautiful yarns. It's the mYak baby lace. It's
So
going to be
good.
held two at a time. So that's why I have the smaller skeins ready to go. And that's what happens when you work at a booth and stare at that.
And you're
hat
staring at it for an
the
hour.
whole time.
And so I did it too.
Oh, I know. Well, Kate. it
So
was funny,
I
like-
got Sweet Kiss, which is the pink, and the bottom one is called Tibetan Sky.
That Tibetan sky,
It's
it just
such a good
slays me.
color.
It
I
is
just-
so
I-
good. It's like
There's
gray,
like greens
greeny,
and grays and blues.
It's
Yeah,
so,
there it is.
so
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty.
mine is
And
Sweet
it's-
Kiss and Saffron.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
guys,
so
come on.
soft.
Yeah.
I know.
So,
I know.
just FYI, the last episode I showed a hat that I made in the saffron medium, the mYak medium in the saffron for a friend, and she loves it. She's like, I wear it every day. That color is just so good.
So fun, and I
So
love that
good.
this hat will be reversible, and if I
Yes.
I could wear it slouchy, I could wear it
Fold
full
it
pink.
up. Yeah.
yeah.
And here, Kate always says you never want to use
I
pink. You never
know,
want to
I
use
know,
pink,
and
but honestly,
Amy and Kim were like, you have to get the pink.
Yes,
you
it
have
looks
to get
great.
the pink. So there's the
Yeah,
pink.
those I love those. I love
Although
both
I do
combinations.
still, so I'm wearing we never talked about what we were wearing. I'm
yeah.
wearing my Reagan by Isabel Kramer, and that was done in the mYak baby yak lace too. And I had one skein of that left,
Mm.
and but then I put those together. at
Oh, that's
home.
fun too.
But so I was like, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
What do
come
y'all
on,
think?
Mary.
Choices.
You know what? All three.
Yeah. Ooh,
Maybe
stripe.
do a gray and black stripe on one
Ooh.
part, and then solid pink.
Oh. That could be.
You're,
Those three colors do look really
they look
good
great
together.
know,
together.
right?
And then if you fold it over, you'll have
Yeah.
the gray and
The-
black stripe,
Or
and then
the
a pink
pink.
hat, or vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah. That could
Uh-huh.
be.
And
really
then
cool.
I might.
And maybe not like maybe do because this is so fine.
Well,
maybe,
but what
like,
I was thinking of, I might do this for me, and then
Oh.
get another skein and make one for Rich.
Rich has
Oh.
enough things.
I know. Stop showing off.
Really.
He's knitworthy. What can I tell
they
you?
all are.
Oh, that was the thing at dinner.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
eating dinner. Was it before dinner?
It was
After
appetizers,
dinner.
yeah.
So and they the waiter comes in with a tray of prosecco. He's like, "Here
12
you go,
glasses of
everybody."
Prosecco,
Yes,
He said it's
and
from
so
Richard. I'm like, who's Richard? Because I know him as Rich. I'm like,
My husband sent us a bottle
That
of
was so nice.
prosecco.
That was
to the
more than a
table.
bottle.
Okay, my husband sent a couple of bottles of
It was
prosecco
12
to the
glasses
table.
of prosecco.
And
so-
and it was very good
It was
prosecco.
so
Because
good.
I'm not a prosecco. I'm a
Well, neither is
champagne
Ray, but
drinker.
apparently now he is.
I know. He's like, wait, Kevin, we like prosecco now. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but no, you like good prosecco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
There's
So
a difference
That was
for
really
sure.
cute.
There
Yeah,
might have been
so-
some
Oh, I
limoncello
did
as
wear my
well.
other hat.
Oh,
Look at that.
okay,
Look at me,
okay.
so prepared. All right, what else did you get?
Purchases, That's it.
That's it,
At
okay.
Ryan,
Vogue.
VKL.
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 So
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
that's did you have anything else you bought?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
had this.
yes.
Wow,
But I'm
dude,
gonna
you-
say that
I
I feel
know.
like this is like low for like none of us
Wait,
really
none of
bought
us
very
got a
much.
sweater quantity.
because we
Right.
have
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
much
that's
in our
true.
queue
That's
right
true.
now.
Yeah.
that-
Yeah.
So I
that
bought
was fantastic.
I bought the Freia
Freia.
Minkin skein. And the colorway I bought was maple, and this is the Alaska
that's
hat.
fantastic.
Isn't it cool?
So cute.
So
Pop it
it's
on.
And I forget what
Oh,
did you use for
man,
these
bam.
shoes? That is oh god. And you
Dude.
know what? When you were picking out that, I was like, I should pick out a color. I love that hat. It's so
It's
cute.
perfect.
Well, so the brown color is from Old Stash. It's Swan's Island lace.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
supposed to be for the Amber O'Brien shawl.
That you
like
never,
that I never
ever
made.
fit. You
And
never
so-
did you
but-
start it?
I did, and then I ripped it out.
Oh, okay.
But it's like
That's
perfect
so good.
for the trees.
Perfect.
And so I was knitting it, and you get up to like here, and it doesn't look like anything. You're like, what the heck am I making? You know, and the
And then,
color
yeah.
hadn't changed yet. And I'm like, I'm almost at the top of the pattern, and I'm still in the yellow. But then all of a sudden, it gradually started
Looks like
to
a
go.
gorgeous
And it looks
sunset.
like a
Beautiful
sunset.
sunset.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I wanted. So
So
I was
good.
inspired by Ray to make this, and I really like it a lot.
That's really
Sue,
cute.
Sue's mad because she bought sweater quantity.
Of what?
Do it.
She bought the Murky Depths.
By the way, that's
gorgeous.
The bow I
Oh my
would've
God,
bought.
that was
gorgeous,
so
gorgeous,
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Murky
Yes.
depth
Yeah, Sue
yarn.
bought
Oh,
way more
yes.
yarn than all three of us combined.
Yes.
Sue's a professional.
I know.
She is a professional. We're just rookies.
We are.
So this was the Alaska hat in Freia.
Really, really good. Are you gonna put a
Freia
pom-pom on it or
Minkin.
no?
No,
Mm-mm.
I'm
it
not a
doesn't-
pom pom
No, I
person.
know.
I don't even think it needs it.
It
No, I
doesn't.
don't
It
either.
looks
I think
with
it's,
that
it's
sunset
so
look.
much better. Yeah,
And this you must have held double, right?
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's lace, so I
So
had to
good.
hold that double. Yeah.
Okay, pattern again,
But it's Alaska by let me. I know. I got to get my notes up.
That's why I like good old paper.
I know.
I know,
Well,
me too.
I usually print it out, and my printer isn't working, so I couldn't. Camille
Descateau.
Descateau
That's a terrible butcher of a French name.
probably is. Yes.
This could
I did make the hat smaller, so it calls to cast on a large number of stitches, and I did that. And I knit on magic loop when I do small circumferences, so I tried it on, and it was like whoop. Like that. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I had to take out like a whole
Yeah.
pattern repeat. So
Oh,
it was a
wow.
lot of
Wow.
stitches that you took out.
Whose
but
head were they
I
measuring?
know.
I'm
it's
not really
weird,
sure.
'cause I don't remember the sample
And
being.
actually, there was somebody in my haze of dealing with poor Spiky. Somebody asked us about large hat patterns. So if you're watching, the Alaska hat is large. It's really large.
Big noggin.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the Alaska hat.
I would
and
probably
then
need the full
I don't
size.
think I. Oh no, I did get
I
something
have a really
else.
big head.
Oh, you
I
did.
forgot. Yes. I
Oh,
got this.
yes,
Remember
it's
this?
beautiful. Yeah.
So this was
beautiful.
from the Hope Artisan Collective, and it's the website is handspunhope.org. And it's
You
like
have
a
to
little
open it.
notions
Okay.
pouch.
Yeah,
Ready?
it's that it.
Yes.
Yeah. So then it kind
Isn't
of
that
lays
cool?
flat.
So it
kinda,
it will sit
Yeah,
like a
it'll
little bowl.
sit
Like a bowl,
like that.
And these keep like the stitch markers and all
From
that
falling
in.
out.
And I like that it's yellow inside so you can see stuff.
Mhm.
Thank you, Pam.
It's so
Thank you, Vanna.
pretty.
Isn't it cute?
I love it.
So
Really
these
cute.
people had a booth. They were outside. They weren't in one of the
in like
ballrooms. And let's see, I wrote down about
see.
them. They're a fair trade boutique supporting artisans
pretty.
in 12 African nations that encourages creative enterprise as an effective solution to poverty.
That's awesome.
So,
And they had gorgeous yarns. They
They
were
did.
on the expensive side, but they were really beautiful.
they were what were they made of?
Yeah,
it was
one of them, like Ray, I think, picked it up and it was like $60 for a skein, but it was gorgeous. But it was
yes, it was super
unusual.
soft. Yes,
yes,
it was unusual. I don't
fiber
remember what was in
combo.
it.
Yeah, me either. But it was
But
a
this
really
was-
cool booth.
This was only $28.
Yeah,
And I thought it was really cute, and it's
It's beautiful.
handmade.
Yeah.
And I haven't put anything in it yet, but I
I love it.
like
Yeah.
just looking at it.
Yeah,
Actually,
no, it's very pretty.
yeah.
Very pretty.
So
Here's my one tip and trick for Vogue Knitting Live. My advice is
besides
to
bring snacks.
no, well, it's up there with
Bring
bring
soup.
snacks, bring soup, and bring two
Bring a
credit
soup.
cards in case the sweater is super expensive. Then you can put it on 2 credit cards. That's my advice. Fancy financing.
yes. Well, and we've said it before, but when we go to fiber festivals, we're usually there for 2 days. So the first day we go and look,
Mhm.
and then we do our research that night. Well, some of us, if we're able.
I was doing research on Prosecco.
and then we go back the next day and make purchases.
Yeah. Honestly,
Uh-huh.
I get anxious if I have too much yarn. I know some people would
Yes.
laugh about that. Too many projects.
No,
I have
agree.
plenty of yarn.
Agree.
So, yeah, the project.
Someone was asking about the
mitten
mitten
pattern?
It's Moreau Lake.
We'll put it in the
Yeah,
show
And it will be in the
notes.
show notes. Yep.
And
Okay.
those, I can't, that's going to be, once I finish my sweater that I will show quickly, that's going to be my next cast on. It's on size 2. So, and my shorty,
Wait,
I want,
what's on size 2?
Those mittens.
It's fingering.
Oh Jesus.
no, it's, yeah, it's,
Oh,
but they're
they're
tight. So,
Yeah.
so I know I'm going to have to do magic loop for that.
Yeah.
Not 2 at a time.
Or if you make them small enough, the frog can wear them.
So our frog came with us to VKL because he was wearing mYak. So he was in the mYak booth. But I just have to show you all what he now has.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
It's
Can
killing
anybody,
me.
Like,
He stands,
got some
well, I
new
can't show it.
kicks.
He
does
actually
stand. He will
stands.
stand by himself now with his new shoes.
Oh,
on.
nice
Oh,
balance.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
that's not easy. But
Yeah.
oh my God, how
Yep.
stinking cute are his shoes.
Yeah. Right? See?
It's nuts.
I'm winning Laura over one piece of
It's
wardrobe at a
cute.
time.
I will not be making them, but it's really cute.
Yes.
The sneakers are just killer.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The Amazon?
I hope they were cheap.
Don't
Just
even.
makes me happy.
Did you have to do the left one on one credit card and the right one on another credit card?
Fancy
No,
financing?
No, I didn't.
Is that Prime
is-
today?
It was actually, it
Prime
came in one day.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I'm
just
glad
makes
you
me
didn't lose
happy.
those in the mail.
It just makes me happy.
I know.
Okay, so we talked about our acquisitions. We talked
I
about.
have another.
I have an FO and a whip.
Oh,
too.
okay. What's your other
Um,
acquisition? Kim?
okay.
Let's do that.
I had to. So
Oh, that's right.
it's part of my.
It's part of your whip.
Oh my god, I have a big acquisition. I
Oh.
kept it a secret from you guys.
Oh.
All right, my Paon. Love it,
Yes.
love it, love it, love it. Look, one sleeve done. It's gorgeous. Camilla Vad made with mYak. As you could see, I have one sleeve left. Human error. I'm short one skein of desert. You're saying you're not. There's 2 right there. Because I already went to
Pick up every
stitch to pick up 2 others. The problem is it's not the same
It's too dark.
dye lap as what I've already been knitting on, and we're out of that dye lap. And
See,
clearly,
yeah,
you can see it,
Oh, that's
right
this.
there. And actually, it shows up a lot on camera.
It does.
So
So what?
Kate happened to go yesterday. I'm going to try this one. Any advice? I mean, don't tell me to undo 2 arms and then.
Alternate.
Because
So you completely ran out. You have nothing.
completely ran out. I have my swatch left, but you know how small those are. So
Postage stamp.
completely ran out.
Ah,
It stinks. I'm going to try the new skein, and
you know what? Maybe I don't know if Paul is still on.
I
She
am.
just
wonder
said,
if she
text
has.
the dye lot.
Yeah,
and we'll
I
see
will.
if
Might
she
have a
has it.
skein.
oh
of
my
it.
god, okay,
Yeah, because it's noticeable. It's sad,
It
and that
is,
would be
yeah.
really sad. And
Yeah.
I think that's so noticeable that it's not like a variegated.
Right.
If you alternate it, it's going to look striped if you alternate. So I don't
It
think
is, 'cause
alternating
this
is.
is much
because then I
darker.
thought about, all right, what if I wash it and lay one arm in this one? I was like, what the hell, you guys?
It's
But it's
beautiful.
so good.
And the yarn is just a pleasure. To
It's so
knit with.
good.
So
All right. So
I had to go to pick
that's
up every stitch. I got these two. We're trying that out. And
Hmm.
then I have a little birthday present for you.
Oh.
Yeah, first of all, they got in so many beautiful yarns
Oh my
there.
gosh.
Moondrake,
Oh my gosh.
but then I saw Le Garçon.
I saw that
You didn't.
post.
You did not. Is it the one I think it is?
I don't know.
Oh, it's so good.
It was a
gosh.
Kate
Oh,
green
it's
blue.
so
That is.
good.
I'm obsessed
more
with this color right
green.
now.
I know.
Okay, so I was
That's
there.
a DK, right?
That's so
I think
good.
so. Yes. Yeah.
Look at
I
it.
was
It looks
there.
so much
Look
like
at
this
it. It looks.
Kashmira.
Yeah,
I
it does.
know. Here
Wait,
we go.
hold on.
I was there.
Those are so
Yes.
similar. Look how beautiful these greens are.
Okay,
I'm obsessed.
Vincent
Oh
and
my
Max, the colors
Yes.
are gorgeous.
So I
Of the
was there
Legacy.
yesterday, and they had. Did you see the color that looks like it's like camo?
No.
Oh
I
my
didn't see it.
gosh,
Oh.
it was. So, I didn't get it, but it's so good. So thank you.
You're
I love it.
welcome. I figured you'd look great in that color
Oh
with
my
a
God.
hat. That's
Yes.
that's you.
Yes. Yes.
I
yes,
know.
yes.
And it was
Oh,
it
maybe
made
I'll make that hat that you're gonna make with
Oh
your.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Right.
And it was
Love
Vincent and
that.
Max. So I'm like,
Love
you
it.
know, more
Aw,
fun.
Yes.
So
yes.
that was
So,
good. And
yeah.
then this happened.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. There's a woman who knits she's number 333 on Instagram. She knits sweaters. 333, and she's not a designer. She just knits sweaters and sells them, luxury sweaters. Key the word luxury. Yikes. All right, one of her sweaters she knits is the warm up by Espace Tricot. All right, and this woman did it in art yarns. She's mYak. I did Lamana. And
Which
she
I also
held it
love.
together.
But look, it's
Oh
Kim.
my.
Your sparkles.
I know, sparkles, and
Oh my goodness.
this is held double.
Really?
Whoa.
So really
Yes.
sparkly.
No, but it doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Her sweater. I
So wait,
walked
did
in
they
and I was
have
like,
one?
she was wearing it, and she was knitting or finishing it up.
That is stunning.
And
Oh.
yeah, that's happening.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
And
God,
it's
I'm
a
jealous.
very, very, very pale.
Yeah.
Can I see the
Yes.
pattern?
Pinky color.
It's just like a no
Yeah,
frills
it's-
kind of thing. It's like a very easy.
warm up
So
sweater.
soft.
Espace
What is
Tricot.
this? It's
Oh,
just
Lamana.
wool.
Just
Yeah,
wool.
Lamana.
Lamana.
I've used them a lot. I
Gosh.
love their yarns.
It's so soft. It's really
wow.
squishy.
Oh, Beth is on. Beth, this reminds me of your sweater that you made around Christmas time that I don't think you wrote up a pattern for yet.
Oh, it's so good.
The sparkles are killing me right now.
Look at you,
I know.
sparkly.
Who am I? Where's the
Yeah,
black
what
and
did
gray?
you do with Kim?
You got
Well, that's
sparkles and
that's gray.
pink.
I mean, it's got
What
all
is
the grays.
happening?
It does have all the grays and yeah.
Oh,
so good.
So pretty. I love that.
that.
Yes. Nice.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
I
Really
know,
good.
I know.
Good
so
for you.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good
for you.
Good
All right,
for
did you
you.
say Beth is on?
She is.
Beth
Hey,
is
Beth.
on.
Can I interrupt really quickly? Hi, ladies.
Yeah.
Can I? Do you
Yeah,
mind? Are you in the
course.
middle of?
No, I'm done.
Oh, so I have big news, and I'm totally interjecting here because Beth is on. My husband and I are going to be living in Edinburgh, Scotland, for 6 months this year. I leave at the end of March. We've rented an apartment in the Stockbridge area of Edinburgh, and I'm very excited, but also I just have a lot of crazy feelings about the whole thing. Mostly, I'm very excited. I love. We've already spent a lot of time there. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm leaving a lot behind. All my friends, all the things that I usually do, I won't have. Hopefully, they're going to come visit me. But Beth, God bless her, has made me so happy because she connected me. She said when we saw her at VKL, I think she'd mentioned it before. She said, I know that there's a very big knit night over there. And she connected me with Amy Palco. And every Monday from 5 to 8, they meet in a pub and they have a knit night, and I'm already in. So I'm so excited. But the reason I'm mentioning it here is I've been, I think, to all 3 yarn stores that are in Edinburgh, but I'm very interested in what else in Scotland people know about. Like, is it worth going to, you know, I have been to Skye, like other places. I know there's obviously a lot of sheep, a lot of yarn, dyers, producers, whatever. So I'm very, very interested in what anyone has as far as intel regarding yarn, sheep, and knitting. But I'm so excited. Thank you, Beth, because it just made me happy to know that, oh, once a week I'm going to be able to sit down with a bunch of probably mostly women. I don't want to assume, you know, but just a bunch of people who share a passion. And, you know, when you go somewhere else and, you know, we know some people, but it's not like I'm going to be hanging out with my friends like I do here all the time. So I'm very excited.
And Amy Palco. I mean,
yeah, I know.
I know.
She's
so
very connected into that. And I think she already was like, oh, there's such a thriving community here. So maybe through that, I'll figure some other stuff out.
And
too.
if you're watching, any suggestions?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Because I actually am really hoping that these two will come over, and, you know, we would want to spend some time in Edinburgh because it's a fabulous city, but maybe we take, you know, a trip somewhere and go do something, you know, that we can't do the types of things here.
You're probably wondering, are we going to still podcast? Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
We might have to do some zooming.
Yeah.
We did that before.
Yeah. It'll be like on COVID.
We'll see. We'll do our best.
Yeah. And if not, these two lovely ladies can keep you entertained.
And then there were 2.
No, I'm coming back. I will actually be back
That's
here.
why I'm not so sad.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm also coming back in the middle
June,
for,
right?
I'll be home for most of June, early July, because we have some things going on here.
Shetland Islands. That's what
Where?
Beth just said.
Beth said go to Shetland.
That's what I was thinking.
She said we all should go to
Oh, that's what I was thinking. No, like, I want you guys to come over and do, like, I think we should do a special trip like that.
She's in.
Beth, yes! Come with us. That would be so fun.
Yes.
I would love that. Oh my God.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. But I have to say, I'm excited about it, but I also had a little bit of trepidation about what my day-to-day life would be like. And just knowing that once a week, for sure, Sue's coming
to bring the snacks.
Please, that would be amazing. But anyway, so I'd love any suggestions. I'm very excited about the knit night, and hopefully we'll meet lots of great people through that. I'm sure.
I want you to post this on Instagram also, Laura.
Yeah, I will.
Like,
I will.
I know I'm not comparing yourself to Hoey Locatelli, but she went on a trip to Iceland and asked for advice about something.
And got
not
inundated.
knitting,
Yeah.
But
She
she ended up
Northern Lights
at someone's house watching the Northern Lights.
Yes,
and
that's
this
amazing.
community is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I think you're gonna have some great suggestions.
Yeah.
I'm
excited.
really
And
excited.
I will
for
post
you
it on
guys.
Instagram as well. I've just been kind of holding it in check, and I'm leaving in about a month. We'll probably get one more podcast in before I leave, the week before I leave, and then we'll see how it goes. But,
Have you thought about how you're going to pack for this? Yarn wise, I don't care about your pants. Right?
No. I know, but honestly, like when you think about it, so you think, okay, well, it's easy to bring needles and notions, and you know, I'm gonna have swatch for 2 or 3 sweaters and bring the yarn so that like I know what I'm doing. But like, what about my mats and my blocking wires and my, basin that I like, that kind of stuff? Like, I can't bring that.
I do mine in the sink.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I know I can do that. You know what I'm saying. But
Amy
it's just
Palco will let you use
your wire, your ribbons will be okay without
get a
wires.
wire hanger. We could straighten it.
There you go.
Anyway,
I think no ball winder. You buy yarn, you have it. You wind.
Oh, I'm not bringing my Swift and ball winder.
Yeah,
no. Well, believe me, for years and years I wound my own skeins around, a chair. Then sometimes it got tangled.
Exactly.
No, that was a no-brainer. But it's just, and it's not just the knitting. Sorry, it's like every single thing you use and you reach for. But not even just to do with knitting. It's just life. Like, I have that. But anyway. It's all good, and it's not like I'm moving to like a remote village. They don't have CVS, but the boots and TK Maxx, not TJ Maxx.
Is there no? Kevin or Ray just popped on. I'm
start
over.
Not
He's
happening.
such a jackass. Which
one? You don't know who it is.
Oh,
Oh, I
guessing
know
it's
that's
Kevin.
Kevin.
Is it
Kevin,
Kevin?
yeah.
Okay.
Ray would never talk to us that way. What if it's Ray?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Debbie
boy.
Ray gets it on too.
Oh,
hi,
Debbie, I heard you went to pick up every
I
stitch.
know, what is
yesterday.
that? Yeah.
It was fun.
It had to be bright pink.
It was
She did not.
No?
She did not.
It's
no.
Kevin.
She,
Yeah.
Debbie got a yarn to make, and she told me 15 times yesterday. And can I think of the name? No, it's an
Oh.
Ann Venzel
Yeah, the one
sweater with the ziggy.
Oh,
z-
Badger
It's like-
Bloom.
No.
no.
Jesus.
The other one. It's no, not that one. Sounds like
it's more of a half moon shape.
yes.
Oh,
like all the way down.
Yeah.
That
A lot
one.
of people have knit that.
Yes, it's
Robinia.
Yes,
Robinia.
yes.
I love that.
I
Oh,
do
that's
too,
gonna be
but
But she
fabulous.
bought navy and white.
Ooh,
It's
Deb,
gorgeous.
what happened?
It's
I'm not
gorgeous.
digging the neckline on that Robinia.
I know,
It's a
me
little
either.
open.
But it's a really cool looking
Oh,
sweater.
her sweaters.
Yeah,
I feel
it
like
is.
right now, all
Yeah.
I want to do is knit something that I'm interested in knitting, like cool, interesting design. Because
Well, when Paolo gets that kit together. for
Yes,
oh my
the
god,
right,
that
yeah.
Paul play sweater. Oh.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
perfect. That's a perfect example.
I
I
hope
think you'll love that
if
as much as
Paula's-
you love your
I know,
Lunenburg.
God. If Pal is still on, I hope that not only are you going to put the kit together, but you're going to put the like how you
order
put them together,
the color order.
because
Yeah.
it's like it seems
Yeah.
overwhelming to me. But then I see versions of it, and I'm like, oh,
Who's our friend that we met through Rhinebeck?
She's from DC,
yeah.
or Maryland.
Who did
right?
it, Paul
I can't
Play
remember
sweater?
her name.
It's
yes,
like, I can tell you her Instagram. It's
yes.
like Coco or
yeah.
anyway.
Hers was
hers was-
amazing. Amazing.
yeah, it's a really,
It's a gorgeous
cool
sweater.
Yeah.
Hers was hers Sounder. Did she use the
Sounder
yarn, maybe.
Well, they're the
Oh.
first ones who
They-
knitted it, I think. Or
I don't remember.
It's
Yeah, I
in
don't
my
know.
favorites. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put a link. below.
Okay,
I know.
now back to our regularly
Sorry.
scheduled program.
little
Now, do
interruption
you have
there.
another whip?
Oh my God. Yes, I have another whip. See this sweater I have on?
That's not a whip.
That's a Swoncho.
It's a Swoncho.
You lost it.
I lost it. Guess what?
You
I
found it after you decided
I found
to knit.
it.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I
Meanwhile,
thought I'll make another
back at the yarn store.
It's like
We're a hot mess.
We are hot.
Today we are hot
So,
mess. We're like
Jackie
Uh,
from Caddy Jack's Knits has one that I love it. It's browns and pinks. and-
Jackie or
You mean like
Caitlin?
this?
Caitlin.
Caitlin. Yes.
Sorry, girls. No.
With some hot pops of color.
You
Oh.
guys.
Oh.
I'm popping my color.
What is going on?
I
with
don't
you?
know.
Wow.
Wow, that's
I
stunning.
did do the lamb and kid Todd.
Mm,
This is my
Ooh.
base called Driftwood.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh
Wait,
my
your
gosh.
other color. Someone else had
Oh
driftwood
my
today.
gosh.
Was that Palo? No, this it's very similar to
the,
desert actually.
The
for my,
Kelbourne. It was called like
Yeah,
Driftwood
yeah.
Heather.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
You guys.
Oh my
I know.
gosh, look at those.
I know.
So good.
I love doing color work. It's
Mm.
been so much
I know,
fun.
upside
I'm not
down,
catching any
backwards,
floats. I'm
and-
like, whatevs.
So good.
I'll just be careful putting it on. Take my huge diamonds off so it doesn't get caught in my floats.
Oh, it's so soft.
It's a little bit different than Caitlin's because they didn't have the same colors. So, but when I went online,
I love that.
it was just fun.
It's
Now
gorgeous.
I want to make one of those.
I
know.
feel it.
It's
I know.
What is it
So I
called?
made
It's-
my Sophie
it's
shawl out of this
It's
yeah,
cashmere.
cashmere. Yeah.
What's the
It's
name
got-
of that one?
cashmere
Todd?
in it,
No,
or it's
no,
not
no.
100%
The
cashmere,
name
is it?
carnation,
Carnation.
otter,
Otter.
Driftwood.
Driftwood,
and I
you
think
said.
fox.
and yep, fox.
Right?
That's awesome.
Fox.
Really,
How
I love
fun.
those
Yes.
colors
Okay,
together.
This is
Really
what you
good.
should make for Scotland. Like this is a great
Yeah.
walking around the village.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't love that sleeve
But
for me.
you
Because what
can-
if you need to put a coat? You just pull it up.
I'm
and
just
crank
gonna.
It, it rains a lot. No, it doesn't.
I know,
No, it
but on
doesn't.
those days that it's just
Yeah.
dreary and you're home and you need to
Oh,
run out
yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
village
yeah.
for whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Whatever.
A spot of tea.
Yes.
That's
beautiful.
right.
So good.
I know.
That's hysterical. Like that you started that and then you found this after.
It's like my friends who try to have babies and then they adopt and then they get pregnant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Always
exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
just like it. Just
yeah, just that. Just the same kind of thing.
That was so silly.
just the
of me.
same. Yeah.
But yeah, that's okay. I
It's
love my
beautiful.
Swoncho. I actually
Beautiful.
wore it Friday at Vogue and This is Rowan
Yes.
Rowan felted tweed, and I got a lot of nice compliments from it.
Yeah, I
They're
like
good
those
colors
colors.
also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And they're very different. So
And it's
I'll
fun
say,
to have
yeah.
like
Yeah.
this one. It's this green. Like obviously you've got the
The
grays and the
avocado.
blues, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden this pop of green. It looks great with that, just the pop of vibrant color. It's
Debbie
great.
Ricketts, I'm channeling you with the pink. Something must be
Yes.
happening.
I know,
don't
right?
know.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
one time I was never going to do a sparkle or a speckle
or
or
pink.
pink.
Yeah.
And I've done it all.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
Yeah.
I know. Well, because you got to keep it interesting.
Do you have any whips?
I have a whip, which is so
Oh.
close to an FO.
Oh, speaking
Oh,
of
I
sparklies.
literally have.
Oh,
What's that
that's like an
sparkling?
FO.
No, I mean speckled.
Oh, a little speckled. This is
Yes.
my Dartmoor by, I don't know how to pronounce it, Kydre. I'm getting to be a master at the Italian bind off, which I absolutely love, especially in these bulky yarns.
Are you using the mohair?
in the bind off? No.
No need.
I mean, can you tell?
yes. No.
No. No, you can't. It's just
So
to me,
squishy.
it's not worth it. But this is like this is in the category of bougie sweatshirt. It's kind of big,
Yeah.
oversized, and it'll be great.
Is it still going on?
Is it?
until
there you go.
middle of March.
No.
This is the
well, and I'll
Youngfolk
be
Knits.
done. So I literally just
Yes.
have 3 more inches of ribbing to
There you
go.
go.
Love,
Beautiful.
love. I'm almost
It
done. I
reminds
can't
me
wait to
of
be done.
like Lucky Charms. The colors in it.
They're magically delicious.
But like the
Do not like
marshmallows.
my sweater.
No,
That would be
like
gross.
That's the
with
best
mohair.
part of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And I have one FO, but you're doing whips?
I'm doing whips,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Is that what
yeah,
we're doing?
I have one silly.
So
FO.
I have one whip.
wow. Oh.
I know, right?
I thought that
How's
was
your
your swatch.
No, my swatch was a
You did
lot
it
bigger
for
than
real?
that.
No, it wasn't.
This was Laura.
What do you
It was. I sent it to you. I sent you my
I know,
picture.
it
and
looked
there's
like
my
that.
baby.
It's on our.
It was.
It's on our.
It was huge. My swatch. Did I not?
It's on our.
It's on our text
our
chain,
text
chain.
which has to switch to WhatsApp soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm telling all
There
my
you go.
friends.
there's
and-
my swatch.
Oh yeah. There's 2
See?
extra rows.
Look at that. Swatch.
Julie Hoover's breaking out in a rash right
So
now.
it's Laura.
I'm not.
Laura's breaking out in a rash when I sent it to her last night, but I got Gage, and so I just cast it on. So here is the neckline.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Of my Aldous by Isabel Kramer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
In
is
Woolfolk
knit in
Snow.
Woolfolk Snow.
Ah,
Mine is knit in Woolfolk Snow.
there she is.
And here is the
That's a good sweater.
It's a great.
Yeah,
sweater.
it's
That's
just
good-
like it's like a sweatshirt sweater.
You should join the knit
I'm
along
into
too.
the
There we
sweatshirt
go.
vibe.
Yours
Yeah,
are
it's what we
knits.
wear.
Yeah.
Casey, her.
Casey, yep. I actually
Knit
just
along.
watched one this morning that she did.
There's so many. If you follow the hashtag
I need to.
Yeah.
KAL, whatever it is,
Yeah.
I'll put it down below. Some great sweaters.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Bougie
so that's my only whip. Do you have any FOs?
I have one FO.
Okay.
When we were at New England Fiber Fest, I bought a skein of Seven Sisters Arts Astrid. It's 70% merino and 30% silk.
Oh,
And I decided to
that's
make
very
a.
interesting.
Do you remember what this is? You made one.
That's the hitchhiker.
Nope.
Samadhi.
That's the Samadhi.
Same designer.
Yeah.
Same designer. Martina
Bem.
Bem, who's a
yeah.
German designer
Yes.
who pretty much exclusively, like 90% of her patterns are shawls. And it's just
That's a great.
light and
Hopping out to
like,
the village to get a cuppa.
With her swan
And if it's raining, I'll go out like this.
Yeah, and you're
No, it was so fun. It just, it knit up really quickly. And I just needed a break. It was when I, excuse me, my throat. I didn't feel like facing my sleeves on my Dartmoor sweater. And I decided to just bang out a cute little
Nice.
shawl. And it's my favorite shape, long, skinny.
Just
It's
keep
soft.
that neck warm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
Wrap
love
it
it.
around.
So.
Exactly.
See?
Speaking of
Yeah.
FO. Ooh, yes. Talk about that
FOs.
again.
So I brought this again because I showed it on the last podcast, but Yessie's Designs published this pattern. It's called the Sierra Nevada Beanie. It was so much fun to knit.
Are you going to make one?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
No,
it. It's
I love
really
this hat.
cute.
I know. I really like it.
I really love it.
I feel like I could make a few of
She
those.
knit the sample in Hobby, HOBBI or
Yeah.
HOB.
I think it's
Does it
HOBBI.
have 2 I's? I don't know.
Doesn't say
Hobby yarn.
Fluffy Day.
And it's
Hobby
Fluffy Day
yarn.
XL worsted weight yarn. So I had a skein of Woolfolk Far in my stash, and I
Is that one of
decided to
Starlight's,
use
did you
that.
say?
It was,
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
because
Really
I went and bought a
cute.
pink.
Yeah.
And it's such a cute hat, and it was so much fun to make, and I just love it. So
no
Sierra
cable
Nevada
needle,
beanie.
right?
No cable needle. Nope. It was a really cool twisted
It's got a
stitch
beautiful
that you
poncho
did.
that goes
Yeah,
with it.
There
too.
is I think it's called the Sierra
It
Nevada
is.
poncho.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sierra
And then
Nevada.
the crown looks like this.
So good.
It's
cool.
really a beautiful
Yeah.
hat.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share that. Last time I shared it, it wasn't out yet. The pattern wasn't out yet, but it is out now on Ravelry. So
Yeah. She's from Connecticut.
she
right?
is from Connecticut. She lives up near Stars Hollow.
Stars Hollow.
Yes.
Lucky
Yes.
duck.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That is right at the top of my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a good knit. And
so it's not quite a cable, it's a twist.
yeah, I mean,
It's
I
hard
don't
to
want to
explain.
give
Okay, yeah, I
too
know.
much away.
But
on
I'm
what
talking
it
about
is.
you don't need the needle because
You don't need a cable
You
needle.
don't take the
No.
stitches off.
No.
I like
No.
this.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Oh, it's so cute
Oh
on
my
you.
God. Yes. Nice job.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I did end up having to do a couple of extra repeats in the pattern to make it a little bit deeper.
Really? Okay.
Yes, but I think all my notes are on my Ravelry page. And then my only other FO was the Alaska hat, which again, my
So
modifications
good.
are on my Ravelry
So good.
page.
I don't have any
And,
FOs.
I don't know how we ended up going so long. I thought this was going to be like half an hour. Tips and tricks?
Yeah.
Tips and tricks.
Well, besides using 2 credit cards to spread out a payment.
Is that what you did with the art yarns? Maybe.
The home equity line might have come out again.
Is Jay home?
Emma gave me a gift card for
Oh.
Christmas, and yeah, it just had to happen.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see that.
It's
knit up.
gonna I'll wear
Okay.
it to Scotland.
Beautiful. Excellent.
I don't have tips or tricks, but I have a few podcasts that I've been binging.
Those are tidbits.
Thank you.
You're
That's
welcome.
what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Tips,
People
tricks,
have
and
probably
tidbits.
seen a bunch of these, but one is Stitches in Starlight.
That's Tashi.
That's Tashi, who
Who
we
we
met,
met, yep.
and she's a spinner.
She is a spinner as
Yeah,
well.
spinner as
yes,
well, which
yes.
I can't go down that.
And she just has such good energy.
She's
in
so
her
funny.
podcast, yeah,
so
she's
funny
great.
and real.
Yes.
That's what I like.
Yes.
That's who I
Yes.
pick. I pick people who just seem so real and they make me laugh.
Yes.
So
Yes.
another one who does that is Cami Jo Knits. Cami
I've seen
Jo
that one.
she's a Danish designer. Camilla is her first name. Just always a beautiful smile on her face. Her yarns are beautiful that she dyes and she designs as well. I just love to see the lifestyle different,
Mhm.
where her day to day in another country. It's always fascinating to me. And then the third one I caught up with this week is called Knitty McPurly. And her name is Devin. And she is Devin with an I. Is your Devin with an I?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she is a designer. I don't know exactly where she's from yet, but beautiful woman. And yeah, I loved everything she was knitting up. So
Nice.
every time I turn around, there's a new podcast on, which is great.
I know.
The more the merrier.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So
Yeah.
those are a few. I'll put their links in the show notes.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
and
I-
Needles at the Ready. That
Nah,
podcast. is
that?
great.
Nah.
Yeah, that's fine. And Kim
Actually,
and
boys,
Donna.
we need to make a date for the tasting,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Okay, I have 2 really quick ones that came up while I was knitting this Dartmoor sweater. And one of the things, I'm a huge top-down fan. I always will be a huge fan. And a lot of times you're obviously knitting in a circle and you have a decrease that has to happen here. And then you go all the way around and it has to happen here so that they line up. And on a sleeve, that's pretty easy to do. On a sweater, when you're on the sweater part, if you're doing increases or decreases, sometimes by the time I get all the way back and, later I'll realize, wow, my stitch count is off, and I'll realize it's because I forgot to do that very last decrease. So what I did on this the body of the sweater didn't need it, is when I got to the row where I was going to start at the beginning, I put a stitch marker, like a pin, 3 stitches before the end of the row. And it's so simple, but it's like it was a life changer for me to realize, because how many times did I start the first one, something beeps, the doorbell rings, you put it down, whatever. And that's only, 50 stitches. And then by the time you come around, you forget and you don't have your matching decreases. So before I start the first decrease, I put that stitch marker in to remind me to do it
when you get there. Yes.
And then the other thing that I like, especially on bulkier yarns, is often you're knitting the body of the yarn on one size needle, and then usually for ribbing you go down, often 1 or usually 2 sizes. And I feel like that can end up with some really kind of awkward transitions. So what I did on this, and I was very happy, is I switched to the smaller needle and I knit 1 row and then started it. And,
I do that too. I like that.
Yeah, I just feel like it makes the transition
a little smoother.
Yes. And I was like, oh, I need to do that. And again, I think maybe because this was knit on size 8s and then these were on 6, that's a pretty big needle. The stitches are pretty big. I just felt like it created a much nicer transition rather than going straight into the ribbing on the smaller needles. So
Camilla Vad's recipe, I was going to say, her pattern
calls for that.
Calls for your first advice
to put
change your beginning of the round and then do the 2 decreases.
Oh, see, I didn't even change it. I just put in a marker that reminded me, so that, and then took it out, and then because I was decreasing every 9 rows. Yeah. When I was on my 8th row, I just slipped it in there, just to remind yourself.
Great.
Again, on a sleeve, it's probably less hard to remember, although I'm sure I've forgotten.
No, because so I do sort of the same thing when I do my 2 at a time sleeves. So because you're going across one, going across one, and you do the first decrease, and then you drop that ball of yarn and you start the next ball of yarn and you do the next decrease. So I actually usually mark those with little clippy markers so that when I go around on the other side, I remember, this is a decrease row.
Yeah,
because I like, even by the time I get to the second half of the first one, I'm
and again, you put it down sometimes, something happens, you put it down. Yes. You come back even 5 minutes later and I completely space out that I was supposed to do a decrease. On the inside of the sleeve, not a big deal, but it's, to me, it's such a little thing, but like there's, that's what we're sharing.
Yeah.
Little ideas.
And then my tip was for, so you can see there are pretty big floats across the back here because of the spacing of the trees, especially at the top. So I had to look up videos of how to catch my floats, and I will link the one that I used down below. But basically, you just kind of wrap it around the needle and then knit, and then
unwrap it.
No, you wrap the regular yarn around and then unwrap the one that you're floating, so it catches, and then knit the stitch. And it's when you're doing your color work 2-handed, so like you're flicking with one hand and then
wrapping. That's about how I do catching floats.
And it sounds weird and you think it's going to show and it doesn't. It ends up
it shows if you have a very light color sweater.
It does. I can see it like in certain places. Like if you look carefully, like there's a few places. I didn't block this. I don't usually block my hats.
You do? But
no.
Oh, I use balloons for that. I love that.
I use my head for that.
You have a helium tank?
No, I have blocks that I can blow up one balloon.
Blocked.
I have
swatched and blocked. One step.
How many wires?
So you don't wash it?
I didn't use any wires. No, I have all my hats are dirty.
And one more thing while I'm looking at this sweater,
the
shorty needles are a game changer.
I know. I was thinking about getting the smaller ones too.
I know. They've been so fun to use. And
I agree.
I'll put that in the link below too.
I'm actually using them on this because the shorties come with 2 different size needles, because there's one that's really tiny, and 3 different cords. So for this, because it's pretty big, but it's just still I just use the longest cord and the biggest needles.
So is that like a 9-inch circular you have right now?
Circular.
I know.
Easy, Ray.
I know.
Yeah, I'm still a fan of the magic loop, and I actually like doing my sleeves 2 at a time on the really long magic loop, because then they're done.
Then they're done.
Then they're done.
You don't finish one and have to start the other.
Okay, so can I just tell you a funny story? Like when I made frog sweater, I actually took
Is that
out.
petrol, mYak?
It is mYak. It is petrol. Yes, this was left over from a hat that I made. But I did his sleeves 2 at a time on the magic loop.
You did?
I did.
Oh my God.
I meant to take a picture, but they were over so quickly that I forgot. They forgot when they were done.
Did you mention who woven the ends?
Yeah, and so I when a frog sweater, I just finished it the night before VKL, and the ends weren't woven in. So Ray was a nice guy, and he wove in the ends while I drove into the city.
He did a good job.
He did do a good job, except I must say that last night when I took his sweater off at my knitting class to show someone like his arm or something, there was an end in there that wasn't snipped. But
he's fired.
No, he's not. It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
How did the frogs go in your class?
Oh, everyone loves their frogs. So people have been. So I had a frog class that I taught with my knitting group, and so I've been getting random frog pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Like, so this is one. He's having coffee. And then there's another right here.
Oh, he's got a crown.
Yes, he's a frog prince.
Is that Margaret's?
No, that one is Ela's, actually.
Oh, Ela.
And then this is Margaret's. Margaret's frog, I believe.
Her
frogs
are wild.
They're out west somewhere skiing right now. So this is
like Stanley, flat Stanley.
Yes, this is so he's skiing right now. He's on a ski vacation.
Oh my God.
And
that's a very good frog.
This frog is at work right now. Yeah. So
it's going to be a craze.
Yeah.
Going to be?
Oh, exactly. Already is.
It's the latest craze.
Yes.
All the kids,
Yeah.
all the kids have them.
One more.
Oh my God.
So somebody bought the crowns on Amazon and passed them out at the class.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And I tried to send them. So a couple of people in the class
don't
have Apple phones. I did get sneakers for them, and I couldn't send the picture last night because it wouldn't go out from my house because I live in a dead zone, and so I couldn't send out the picture. So those of you that are watching, I have sneakers for all of you.
Oh.
Otherwise, you'll have to wait till next week to know what the surprise is.
Sue says something about you could do the arm as an I-cord for the frog, but you told
it is.
Okay.
To knit the actual frog arms is an I-cord. And legs. The sleeves on the sweater though are not an I-cord. They're just, I just did them 2 at a time. It's a raglan.
Are you going to write a pattern for that?
I actually did write a pattern for the sweater. The sweater that the Dot Pebbles, I think it's Dot Pebbles Knits, is the frog pattern. Yeah. She wrote a sweater pattern,
she did. Okay.
but it's seamed in the back. So I just rewrote it to do it top down in the round. Yes, with the raglan increases.
Did you use the marker for the decreases?
I did actually. For the increases.
The marker's bigger than
There's
the sweater.
Markers. There were 4 markers in there. Yes, I did.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God, you're right.
Okay. That's enough of
losing our
froggy.
marbles.
I know.
What's his name?
Little
Frog. I know.
Got to be more creative.
I know. Yeah.
It'll come to you.
Yeah.
All right. So
yes.
The audience has a lot of homework to do. They've got to get back to you, Laura, on Scotland advice and friendships that they could maybe hook you up with.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to just be knitting, although that,
tennis. Anybody play pickleball out there?
No pickle.
No pickle?
I mean, I play a little bit, but,
yeah,
I am looking. I think I have some people to play tennis with, possibly,
or even some knitters who are golfers.
Yeah,
like
Well, my husband belongs to a course over there, and we are bringing your sticks over with us.
That's what I'm telling you. When you ship your sticks, put all your knitting stuff in.
Yeah, my husband says ship sticks is onto that, and they just charge you a fortune now if you do that.
How are they going to know if there's yarn in there?
Oh, yarn they wouldn't, but like I was going to put on my shoes and
yarn.
Your weight equipment.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get ruined. Anyway, we'll see.
No. But we will podcast one more time. We'll sneak it in.
Yes.
Yeah. And then if you live in Scotland, let's connect.
Jelly.
Yeah. I don't know if we have too many viewers in Scotland, but I'm sure we have a few.
Somebody's got to know somebody who knows somebody.
Yep.
So
Awesome. Okay, that went so much longer than I thought. I really thought this was going to be a quick one because we didn't really have that much knitting, but we had a lot to chat about.
But
Yes.
thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Like and
everybody.
subscribe.
Yes, please.
Find us on live.
under the
Video
live tab on
tab.
YouTube.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
Tell all your friends.
Except we're saying it, and if they haven't found us, they're
I
not going to know that.
Oh well.
Watch
Maybe we
till
should-
the end.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
you.
See you in a few weeks.
Bye.